What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Svenson, and today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin from a long-term perspective. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin from a short-term perspective, and I also want to discuss a few key metrics that I'm looking at right now. And before we get further into the video, I want to mention this tweet that I just made. I said, I just staked Ethereum for the first time, and I'm glad to be a part of history. And a lot of people commented below with a lot of questions, wondering if you had to stake a total of 32 ETH. How did you stake the Ethereum? Well, it's actually extremely simple to achieve, guys. All you have to do is create an account on the Kraken exchange. And once you do that, you deposit any amount of Ethereum that you'd like to stake. You go to the staking tab, and once you're on this page, you can see it's actually just a couple clicks and you're ready to go. Once your Ethereum is deposited on the exchange, you hit stake, you choose the asset that you'd like to stake, Ethereum, and then you can choose how much you want to stake. As you can see on this account, as of today, I have 31 Ethereum staked in here. So you can see that you don't actually need a full 32 Ethereum to start staking. You can actually do it today, right now, with any amount that you'd like. So guys, it is really that simple. Just a couple clicks and you're staking Ethereum. If you need to sign up for the Kraken exchange, I do have an affiliate link below in the description. Use that link, get signed up, and in just a few clicks, you're staking Ethereum. And something very important to note is that you cannot unstake your Ethereum until phase 1.5 is complete. Phase 1.5 is projected for 2021, this upcoming year. So whatever Ethereum you decide to stake, it must stay there until phase 1.5 is complete. You will not be able to get a hold of it until after phase 1.5. You will be earning rewards on your Ethereum, but you won't be able to get the rewards or unstake until phase 1.5 is complete. So major disclaimer there. But either way, guys, getting your Ethereum staked is super simple using the Kraken exchange. Click that link below. Looking at Bitcoin on the daily chart, after we hit our new all-time high at 19,915, we did create a symmetrical triangle and broke down out of this small symmetrical triangle around December 7th. And then we ended up creating a much larger pattern here, a much larger symmetrical triangle. As of right now, it does seem like the buy activity is slowing down a little bit. At least the market seems comfortable around these price levels, around the 18K range. Right now, Bitcoin is still in a position to remain bullish. If we just continue to create higher lows, then we may actually end up breaking to the upside of this pattern. Short-term price action is always hard to predict. If Bitcoin does continue to create higher lows, currently we do have higher lows here on the daily chart, and if we continue to maintain higher lows, then yes, we could get a breakout to the upside of this symmetrical triangle. If Bitcoin is unable to maintain higher lows and we do break down to horizontal lows, from my experience, this type of market activity can sometimes usher in patterns like descending triangles, right? Lower highs, horizontal lows with a breakdown, or patterns like head and shoulders patterns, right? Another lower high and then a breakdown below the neckline. When you get horizontal lows, that basically indicates that there is a flat line of demand, that demand has sort of stopped growing, and that selling interest is increasing, and we see, as a result, lower highs. That is what that type of market structure actually means. And you know, short term, I don't really like to make a call. I'm not going to pick a direction here in the short term. In my opinion, it's not all that important to me personally, the way that I operate within the crypto market. I'm more focused on the long-term chart. The long-term chart is really where all the money is going to be made, guys. You're going to be making money long-term. The short-term moves do not yield that high of rewards. The long-term moves yield the most rewards. So you shouldn't care too much about the short term. Let's focus long term. And we're looking at Bitcoin right now on the weekly chart. And this is the most important chart you can be looking at for Bitcoin right now. As we can see, this halving cycle right here is almost identical to the previous halving cycle right here. The setup is almost a spitting image of the last one. So far, Bitcoin has had a 100% success rate of entering a bull market post-halving. Same thing here in 2016. Post-halving, we had a major bull market, thousands of percent gains for Bitcoin. And now we just had the halving. Bitcoin is poised for an all-time high break, and Bitcoin is poised for thousands of percent gains in the next year, guys. thousands of percent, 1,200%, 1,500%. Percentage gains like that are completely possible in this market. This is how Bitcoin was designed. The inflation is now cut in half. Miners have 50% less Bitcoin to sell onto the market on average now. And demand seems to be only increasing at this rate. And whether Bitcoin pulls back to the 21-week EMA in the short term before rallying later, or whether we break out sooner in the short term rather than later. I mean, does it really matter, guys? Does it really matter what Bitcoin's going to do right in this area before the next major bull market? In my opinion, it really doesn't matter. It does not matter what Bitcoin does in the short term. Again, the money is going to be made in the long term. So what Bitcoin does right here in this small blip of time over the next month or two should not be too much of a concern. According to previous market cycles and according to this model, Bitcoin's next upside target is going to be anywhere from 100,000 to potentially as high as 250 to 300,000 US dollars. And then as a result, a bear market low of potentially 50,000 US dollars along the 200-week moving average. So this is really the most important thing to keep in mind right now, is the long-term potential for Bitcoin. Now, going back to some short-term stuff, which again is less important but also very interesting, we can see that CryptoQuant has this chart. 95% of the deposits onto exchanges are from the top 10 deposits, meaning that the whales are depositing Bitcoin on exchanges right now. And this historically has acted as a bearish indicator in the past. But we also have some contrarian data here, and that is that Bitcoin reserve on exchanges continues to drop, which means that big players are still accumulating and big players are still withdrawing Bitcoin from exchanges. So there is a little bit of contrarian data here in terms of what the whales are doing. Willy Woo, who is a well-renowned analyst, on-chain analyst, said when old Bitcoin, when the big players, the OGs, start to move coins on exchanges, in the past, it used to mean that the smart money was exiting and that it was very likely predicting a price drop. But what he's saying is that nowadays, even the OG whales sell at the bottoms and smarter money has arrived to the market. And we're seeing a lot of news about new players, new money, new institutional money coming into the market, such as, of course, MicroStrategy, continues to increase their bet on Bitcoin. And also Mass Mutual joins the Bitcoin Club with a $100 million Bitcoin purchase. And the list of public companies that are now buying Bitcoin and getting into Bitcoin just continues to grow over time. And I've personally heard rumors that oil companies are starting to buy Bitcoin as well. And this is just a rumor from my source. I cannot confirm this, but if oil companies are betting on Bitcoin right now, that is going to be huge news. So with all the positive, all the really strong fundamental news that we keep hearing about Bitcoin, even if Bitcoin does pull back to the 21-week EMA at 14 to 15K in the short term, before then rallying going into the new year, I personally don't think it matters all that much. I don't think it matters what Bitcoin does in the short term, as long as you guys understand that the fundamentals for Bitcoin are continuously getting better and better, and also where we stand on this traditional halving cycle. We are currently poised for at least 1,200% gains in the not so distant future over the next year. As long as you guys understand all of these factors and that you should be focused on the long term, then I think you're going to do extremely well. And that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe, and remember, if you want to stake Ethereum right now, a very simple process. Click that link below, sign up for the Kraken exchange. And also, Kraken funds, the sponsor on this channel, which is Cryptowatch, is a place that you can do your charting. You can also do your trading on Cryptowatch. There's a trading portal here. There's a tutorial popping up on the screen right now. It is totally free to sign up with Cryptowatch. And that's going to be it for me today, guys. I'll see you all in the next video.